The Nexus 6P has been widely accepted as one of the best phones of 2015. 1 year after its release, is it still worth it? The 6P is definitely not a phone that goes unnoticed. It's amongst the biggest flagships out there, and it boasts a beautiful aluminum body that looks and feels really premium. I've only used it for a few weeks, so I can't really give you a durability report, but I'm quite confident to say that it will take drops and scratches much better than glass, and it's not nearly as much of a fingerprint magnet. However, keep in mind that the smooth surface doesn't help with grip, and if you pair that with its size, you might want to look elsewhere if your hands are on the smaller side. Something else that doesn't go unnoticed is the huge display. The Nexus 6P rocks a 5.7 inches Quad HD AMOLED panel, and it looks simply stellar. It's bright, it's sharp, it's vivid, I really have nothing to complain about. It's not 100% accurate, of course, it still tends to exaggerate saturation a bit, but for everyday usage and media consumption it's an awesome panel to look at. And by the way, if you game or consume a lot of media on your phone, the two front-facing speakers will come as a welcome addition. You can push volume a lot before getting them to distort, and they deliver some overall really great quality, which is something you can't say of other flagships like the Pixel XL or the iPhone 7. The major selling points for me, however, definitely were the software and the performance. The Snapdragon 810 powering the 6P is accompanied by an Adreno 430 GPU and 3GB of RAM, and as you'd expect, the phone flies through everyday usage. Opening and switching between common apps is as fast as I've ever seen on a phone, and even heavier tasks are handled with no problem. It does tend to overheat a bit with more demanding apps, which is pretty much the norm with QHD phones, but it never gets uncomfortable and the aluminum body allows it to dissipate the heat pretty quickly. Of course, the fact that it runs stock Android helps a lot with performance. It's a lot cleaner and lighter than skinned versions of Android like Samsung's, and it also guarantees immediate updates. Right now I'm running Android 7.1.1, which is not even on the Pixel yet. It is technically a developer preview, but still, it shows you just how fast the Nexuses get updated. If running the latest version of Android is key for you, keep in mind that the 6P only has 1 more year of guaranteed updates, while the Pixel can count on 1 more. A couple of things I'd like to mention before wrapping this up are the camera and the battery life. While Nexuses have long been notoriously bad shooters, the 12MP Sony sensor on the 6P is actually quite good. It performs very well in bright lighting conditions, with the HDR Plus helping with an excellent dynamic range, and it's not too shabby in low light as well. The video department certainly loses something because of the lack of OIS, so if you're planning on shooting videos with this phone, you'll probably want to stabilize it in some way. Overall, it's probably not the best shooter out there, but it's more than enough for a lot of scenarios. As for battery life, I consider it good but not outstanding, at about 3.5 hours of screen on time with standard usage. The QHD display certainly doesn't help, but considering the built-in quick charging, you can absolutely get to the end of the day without too much struggle. So, back to the original question, is the Nexus 6P still worth it? The reason why I'd say yes in 99% of the cases is that this phone doesn't come with any major flaw. Solid build quality, a great display and good audio, excellent performance, a great camera and a decent battery life. This phone really covers all of the basics. You're not getting expandable storage or water sealing, which could be a bummer for some people, but I honestly find it such a good package that it's hard to care for me. Overall, if you're looking for an all-around extremely solid phone but you don't want to spend the crazy prices of the latest flagships, the Nexus 6P still is the best you can get.